Home team, home team. What's happening, home team? It's your boy, Blackberry Larex. That's Blackberry, no C, just the K.
It's the
And
cake.
yes, and yes, I know you're not used to seeing me here on the Lochness Podcast show, but I'm here to do my boy a solid and keep the wheels spinning for him. But we also, ladies and gentlemen, have a special treat because it ain't often you get the boss to do double duty.
I know. Yeah, look, I'm supposed to be in the bed. My bunnet's supposed to be on. I mean,
The
yeah,
bunny's still off.
I ain't put the bonnet on now. When the bonnet come on, it's a wrap. Y'all would have been
The,
doing this on y'all
the bunny is still off, y'all. So
own.
y'all still getting some Maggie tea tonight. Probably just a little bit. I don't know if she here for the duration, but she here right now, and that's all that matters.
Because I don't think people realize the week was gonna come on this late. It's 11 o'clock, 11:14.
Yeah, by the time
Yeah.
you get off, you calling
But
this show the midnight
that's the
special.
Cali folks though. That's the Cali folks catching it. So you guys look, 7 folks up in here already. If you're in here, show some love in the chat. Share this out. It's gonna be a little different. Normally I see Pam. Pam, if you still up, hey, whoever's in there, I see 8 folks
Yeah,
peeking.
we'll make it a party.
Come on.
It, you know if it's late night in Blackberry in here, then you already know it might get a little off the chain in here. So you might want to go ahead and share this to your cousin, share this to your bestie, because it might get off the chain up in here. We might have something real exciting to talk about after the night.
I know
But
I've already warned the other half. It's 4:15 a.m. and I says, "Don't worry, I'll shut the door."
Yeah. Close the door. Close them doors. Close them doors.
but we
Gotta do like
also
I
got
said. Wait,
we
nobody.
also got the international sensation himself, Will the Thrill in the building.
What is happening, ladies and gentlemen in the chat? Show some love. Your boys pulling night shift again, because that's how much I love y'all. Love to
This,
represent the
this
family.
man
Get
said
on
it's
with
4
the
a.m.
boys and the ladies. Let's hit it. Let's do it.
4 a.m. for him.
Yeah, night shift is an understatement.
Yeah, man. Let's do it. It's so late. It's early, but that's how your boy like to roll.
Do you like sleep through the day? Well, how do you make this work?
uh, I don't know. Just if I do ever get over to the age, just watch your jugular veins. That's all I'll say.
Lord have mercy. You gonna you gonna coffee and other stuff, probably. I'm just like
what
Why do
what
you think I'm so pale?
what's
I'm
you
a
all
vampire guy.
Starbucks? What's you
Is
all Starbucks? For
oh,
us down here at Starbucks, what is it up there for over there for you all?
oh no, Starbucks is big here too. You've
oh,
got Costa, but Starbucks is boss.
so
Wow,
Starbucks take what? Starbucks is everywhere then.
they everywhere.
Yeah, they're like the McDonald's of coffee, man. They're literally worldwide. It's scary.
Okay, so Starbucks, or whatever else you said. And I see y'all peeking in here. I don't see no chats coming. I need to see
Hey,
some activity. Wake your asses up. If you in here peeking, that means you still up.
And I
Okay.
mean, trust me, we know coffee to get through some of these shifts, and you
Yeah.
need caffeine. Like,
What's going on our chat? Yeah, I put some red and black in the chat. Yeah, I could throw in some questions. It's kind of a free for all. Here. I know
mhm.
Blackbear probably got some things he might want to get off his chest. But we finna get into this show. How y'all doing? How you doing? Share, like I said, share this out. So, um, I guess if you want to, Blackbear, let's start with the new signing we got recently from the UFL.
What's that boy name? Jason, some what that one?
Aguilar.
Morbin,
that's
Orban.
it.
What is
Yep.
it?
Morbin.
Mhm.
Yeah, how do you feel about that pickup? That you kind of get a chance to take a look at them? I know everybody don't really follow the UFL, but
Well,
how do you feel?
I'm whenever it comes to a signing at this time of the off season, and it's somebody who had to journey from the NFL to another league, and now he's back in
Yeah,
the NFL.
yeah,
You can do your homework on them, but the to know his style of play, right?
Yeah.
And I haven't done that yet, but
Yeah.
from some of the things I've read from people that have looked into him,
He's pretty decent.
uh, he's pretty decent. He got a run style of somebody like who is that? They said I think they said he got a run style of I think somebody said he was like a big speedy guy. So kind of like a I don't know who was big and fast. Um,
Let me see, I got his let me see if I got it pulled up here. Hold on.
I can't think of a big fast running back. Probably like a Jerry's Norwood for us back in the day.
Mm.
hmm Or that
Um,
kid from Bama that went and played for the Saints, and I can't remember his name. Kid went about 5'9", but he was a beast of a runner, and I
mm,
can't remember his name. You know the kid I'm talking about, though.
Yeah,
Saints
because
took him.
he's standing at 5'11", 203 pounds. He attended Texas A&M and Florida State University. He capped his 4-year college career with third team All
not
ACC
that big.
honors for the Seminoles in 2021. He started 6 of his 10 appearances taking, this is the UFL, taking 97 carries for 514 yards and 4 touchdowns. He averaged 5.3 yards per carry, second most amongst all qualifying rushers, I guess, in that UFL league. He added 18 receptions for 138 yards and returned 11 kicks, and he only fumbled once. He's
Mm,
24 years of age. Okay, so I mean, that's a little bit of his stats, but yeah, I haven't really dug deep into
yeah.
watching some of his film or anything like that yet. So
So
As I
five
said, so
eleven,
you
a
go.
little over two.
Um,
203. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
he's not that big.
Yeah, he's
what I
not.
kind of said in the chat, I was saying it's like putting a. I don't want to like idolatrize or anything like that, but it's like putting a Bijan Robinson skill set in a Chris Johnson frame. He's only carrying 203, but he runs like he's about 240.
Okay.
Plus, he will hunt. He will get to that second level even on a pass play
Mm-hmm.
or on some of those screens. If you're running two backs and he throws the ball to Bijan on the wheel route, running back check down, he is going to go to that second level and he's going to go linebacker hunting. And I love that about him. I think it's something that we really need, especially if we're going to be giving Penix the time to throw these 40 and 50-yard balls. I want a running back who's not going to be afraid to stand in the pocket and smack someone. You know what I mean?
Okay. So hey,
Mhm.
um, I don't know, depth piece, solid piece.
Yeah,
Mm.
Yeah,
depth piece there for sure. Um,
yeah.
you want this time of the off season, anybody that's not out there that's on the market that's getting
Mm-hmm.
paid,
Yeah.
some kind of substantial amount of money for the position, then you gotta think it's a depth piece. Now, if it was like the number 2 running back for, if it was somebody like David Montgomery or somebody like that,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
then
or
you
Nick
would be like,
Chubb.
yeah, or Nick Chubb, yeah, then your antennas would go up, and you would be
hmm
like, okay, Tyler Algier, we see the writing on the wall for you. So it's not that kind of pick; it's a depth pick
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Well,
or
that's
depth
all I got on
receiver per
that
se.
one. Then I just thought bring that up since that was a new signing. Some people didn't know about him, and I don't know too much about him either. I'll check him out and everything. So, but that's why I got with it.
Yeah.
Y'all come on in this chat now. Y'all in here peeking and quiet.
Now, why y'all in here just watching and ain't talk? Now, see, that made me think you're
Talking.
window shopping.
Yeah,
And
what
you're
happened to
doing
all the
that
big
window
talk that went
shopping.
on during the
Being
Ladybird show?
nosy. That's
You're all quiet now.
they out there being nosy.
But,
Come
but
on.
you know what? That's kind of that's kind of symbolic a little bit for what the Falcons off season has kind of been like
Mm-hmm.
for the media and for the rest of the league. Like from the outside looking in, like the Falcons, or should I say vice versa, the Falcons are pretty much on the outside of everybody else looking in, and the Falcons are keeping a lot of things kind of close to the vest.
Mm-hmm.
And while it feels like they're being loud sometimes, they're still being very quiet about everything because you have to kind of like wait um for the certain checkpoints in the off season before they give you some real nuggets about something,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like with
Mhm.
the draft, it wasn't until draft week when we heard Terry Fontenot finally give us this smack that right. Okay, this is what we want to do. This is what we've been looking at. This is what
Yeah.
like that same week he gave us all that at once. I was like, wow,
Everything we yes, you're right.
yeah,
The
and I
blueprint
was
was
like,
Mhm.
out there.
it was out there,
Mm-hmm.
and during the OTAs, it was it was business as usual, but nobody's really saying much as far as like what's the next direction we're about to go. I don't think we're gonna get any real nuggets about what we do
No,
next.
not
Mm.
yet. No.
Well,
I
look at
don't think
movies that
we
are coming
will.
out. Look at for one for the gamers as well. Are they ever going to drop an entire gameplay? Shout out to Georgia Texas boy in the chat. But no, they're never going to drop a full gameplay. They're gonna use these formats like the gamer shows and things like that, and give you just a little sneak peek. Here's some stills. Now here's the trailer. Now here's
Yeah,
just a few development photos. They don't owe us crap, and it's a market. So what they're ultimately going to do is they're going to show us just enough to make us go, oh,
mm,
okay,
Yeah.
mm,
and maybe I should buy into these
And then,
Falcons.
since when have we really, really, really opened up the playbook
Hmm.
league? So well, preseason, of course, preseason is gonna be preseason,
Hmm.
but yeah, I feel like we got enough from them telling us what they was gonna do in the draft, but we probably is not gonna get a lot of nuggets, like you said, about what to expect because people already know that the Falcons have always been predictable.
mm-hmm.
And we don't need to
Hmm.
be throwing all that shit out there, what we about to be doing. And not even with that joint practice, we probably won't be doing much of any, we're just gonna get the boys get their feet wet, but you ain't gonna
Yeah,
know nothing about the Falcons from even joint practice.
Hmm.
Let's keep
I
it real.
yeah.
think all Tennessee is going to see is that we're ready to come after that number one pick, and that's the only message I want to send to the whole league is that we are going to make your offense work.
And then keep them
Yeah.
healthy as well. Lord have mercy.
Hmm. Yeah.
Please. Can we get the players to just stay healthy throughout the preseason? That'll be one.
I like it how how the Qs used to tell us it's about to be nose to nose.
Mm.
When we would have the open practices with another team, not the joint practices I mean with another team, it'll be like y'all know what this is. This ain't this ain't this ain't rocket science. This ain't gonna be your everyday type stuff. This gonna be nose to nose. So
Yeah.
it's like we squared up. Everything gonna be vanilla, but you still
Mm-hmm.
gonna be you finna go out there and be nose to nose with somebody that don't like you. That you
Yep.
gonna have to go bust them in the mouth, and that's all that we trying to do. We just
Yeah.
trying to go bust them in the mouth. That's it. We ain't trying to
Yeah.
outsmart them or none of that. This is
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
barbaric. What we
They
about
Yeah.
need
to
to
go
Yeah.
be
It's
do.
practice.
fearful of this defense at this point, smacking them in
Hmm.
the mouth. Offense, because like what Georgia Texas boy said, this is the first year offense isn't in a reset. So I'm saying, like, yes, we can really, really, we're in a good place offensively to where we're holding on to the same folks for the most part. So these people are knowing each other. We ain't on that carousel of coach this and coach that. There's no excuse for the offense at this point. Defense, yes, we got to reset it again, but we'll see what happens with that. Like I said, it's all mini camp OTA hype. I don't fall for none of that.
No.
I'm
100%.
excited for the season, but of course, we really got to see what it comes down to at the end of it.
Well, if
Yeah,
I'm if
I
I'm
I know what
speaking
you're referring to with that.
if I'm
Yeah.
speaking lies here, y'all can call me out because you guys are in the city. But I mean, Atlanta's a team first, yes, but they're also a culture. And I feel like picking up these guys like Xavier Watts, Billy Bowman, um, JPJ, Jalen Walker, by extension. I feel like these guys are culture fits. And I said to you guys just after the draft process, I mean, these weren't necessarily Terry Fontenot's guys. They weren't necessarily Raheem Morris's guys, although they approved. In a lot of cases, I feel like these were Jeff Ulbricht's picks.
Mm.
How do you all feel about that?
Well, yeah, he was. Yes. He even said it himself that I think this was the first time, I guess maybe ever for him, that he was actually a part of that. The room when they was picking things like that. I think that's what he was saying.
And to his credit, he made it work because that defense is looking nice.
Yeah. What's up, 330? Going on? What's up, Falcons fan?
I know what he's saying as far as this being the first season the Falcons offense down in reset because we got the same offensive coordinator coming back.
And that's what I was saying. I was like, it's not a carousel of coaches right now. So at least,
and I want to say this the first time since 2016. That I think Kyle Shanahan, I think he was the last OC we had that actually returned for a second season.
I think
he was the last one.
And let's be honest, something else. It was the first time since 2016 I felt like I don't often agree with Mike, which is part of the beauty of all this. But for once, I'll give Mikey's credit. He said something to the extent of this early in the process, we've never been this stacked, and I think he's right.
Evan Trax, what time is it? Where you watching from? This is your first time. Are you a night owl or night shift?
Welcome to the building, Evan.
And thank you for tuning in. Yeah, and we normally don't even go on this late. Well, Blackberry be jumping on at 12 midnight. I mean, that man, when he get hyped, he'll jump on. So you might see some Blackberry jump on at different times, but
I'm on the block 24/7, so it don't matter. Whenever I feel something, I just might go live. They say sometimes I'll be over there with We Talk Hawks TV. We'll be up on there till 3-4 in the morning.
Well, you got it, because especially if you're on the road, you got to keep yourself company too.
Yeah,
so you got.
And it's a credit to this network because let's be honest, y'all can vouch for me here. Being an Atlanta sports fan, you need to keep your eyes on the internet 24/7 because y'all know some drama is going to go down at some point.
Absolutely. Let's see. Folks say Terry is hot seat, but I think if this season is a failure, Raheem's seat will be hotter than Terry, and that's what I feel too. Georgia Tech. I don't think they'll get rid of Raheem before but this is what year 2 for him. They normally give them about 3 years, so they gave what's the name 3 years of however long he was here. He gonna he possibly see another year. We'll see. It just depends on this season now because ain't no excuse. Y'all picking the guys y'all want. Offense is stacked. Defense, y'all don't address that situation. You got a new coach coming up in here to coach defense. You admitted that I got to take accountability for how I coached and all this, and now we got to see it in action. So,
and I think we got that team that you can really put all the facets of a championship team. Yes. You can put it all together with this team that you have.
I think so.
Some of the missing components that we were missing was a defense that can step up if the offense is the strength of the team. You got to at least have a defense that when the offense has a bit of a drop in production or they just not themselves that day, they can't seem to put points on the board. You got to at least have a defense that can say, okay, well, we can step it up a notch to get off the field a little bit on third downs and fourth downs to give you more opportunities to at least go get 3.
Yeah.
Let's put some on. So that's what Kansas City has had up until this past Super Bowl. That's what they've had. The defense hasn't been the strength. The offense has, but you had a defense that was reliable to where they
Yeah.
could step up if they needed to.
And to jump on that as well, one thing that Kansas City has had the whole way down that stretch is 6'5", 330-pound Chris Jones anchoring that defensive line, and I would say that is one place
Mm-hmm.
that where I would question the Falcons' ability to generate pressure is that we do not have a man at that size. I mean, looking at the nose tackles we have, the biggest guy is listed at 308.
Mm.
So I know we're going to get pressure off the edge. Our edge rushing group is going to be terrifying this year, but I worry about how we're going to be through the middle, and that's the one drawback I have on a team that I'm otherwise sold on. Is can we
Same here.
still push those guards back? Can we have that Can we have that quarterback going in the huddle and going, "Yo, boys, I'm going to have to take a 5-step drop because if I take a 3, these guys are going to kill me."
Yeah.
I want that attitude. I want that. Like, it's, as I say, I did say I wanted one O lineman, and we got Jack Nelson, which I was happy at. But I would have been just as happy to grab just a project nose. You know what I mean? Just a big mean kid to
Mm-hmm.
stick in the middle of that D line, just to mess things up a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree. What's up, Michael? Shout! I know y'all ain't used to seeing us this late. Well, at least on AFN. And I don't know if you're watching on Lochness channel too. And we're on X. If y'all on over there, I see y'all numbers going up. I see y'all peeking with your looking asses. How y'all doing?
I see you looking with your looking
Grab
ass.
yourself some coffee and come join the madness. It ain't over yet. It ain't over till we say it's over.
We need a tank in the middle. Okay, he agrees with you. Georgia Texas boy said it's crazy. The longest tenor players on offense are all O-line. Jake Lindstrom, Gary,
Yep.
New Zealand reserves all 5 years plus. That's what I'm saying. So we know each other now at this point. Like
Mhm.
you know how everybody operate. Then we got some hidden gems in there that's trying to make themselves. Well, seems like it's been all on defense. That it's a lot of these people are, you know, who are this person? Where did they come from? Stepping it up. Like I said, with Grady Jarrett going down, they, you know, it's like who's gonna be that? Who's gonna be that man? We got
And you know, it's funny. It's funny how um we keep hearing words like rebuild, retool, restructure, reset. But if you think about it, they really haven't done that since Arthur Smith put that offensive line together and drafted AJ Terrell.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and that's what I'm saying. I don't feel we've been really on a rebuild, retool. I mean, bits and pieces, yes, but we kind
Yeah,
of
retool. Yeah.
hold on to players a little longer.
To take a little boxing or MMA analogy, I'd say we've been sitting behind our guard. We've not been actively swinging. We've been sitting behind our guard and just not. We'll weather it a little bit. But I feel like this season we're actually coming out all guns blazing. I feel like it would be. Some people have their ideas of what this Falcons team's going to be, and I don't think a lot of the league are ready for what's coming out this season. I really don't.
Oh no, they're gonna be completely blindsided by what they about to get hit with. It's
Mhm.
gonna take very intelligent and very experienced coordinators to be able to prepare for what we're about to bring in the first quarter of the season. After the first quarter, it's gonna get a little bit, jazzy because of, teams are gonna adjust. The league is going to adjust. So you gotta be 2-3 steps ahead of the adjustments.
Yes.
And we've got some tough and some interesting games later on in the season. We've got Minnesota week 12. We've got LA Rams all the way in week 17. Not counting the fact that to do anything, and I've said this, I will give up. You've heard it here first, and you can get on my ass if you want because I'm big enough to take it. I will give up 3 years of playoff football to get 3 division titles, because I want the Saints, Panthers, and Bucks to know that we run the South
Yeah.
first and foremost. Let's reestablish that
Yeah. So we've
that
had
mindset.
it. We've had it in our grasp like twice. Well, is it twice? 3 years. And then we just fail. It's like we're leading the division, boom, and then something happens. Like we definitely got to go for that South title.
100%. It's not. I hate to. Well, I love to run down the rivals, but I hate to run down the division as a whole. But the NFC South is, outside of the NFC West, it's probably the worst division in football, team for team. AFC South's terrible as well. So yeah, they're not the best division in football. So we really shouldn't have an excuse.
Yeah.
For losing to these teams, we really shouldn't. But I was speaking with my friend also, who's a Lions fan, and to his credit, he's quite diplomatic about it. He says, "Well, my Lions and your Falcons are in quite a similar place, in so much as that nobody gives you the credit that you're due for. But this season, it happened for Detroit last season. They looked really, really dangerous in places, and I think that this is going to be for us what last season was for Detroit."
I just want to see that Falcon team that came in that was swag surfing and hyping it up in the locker rooms. That's what I want to see again.
Yeah,
I want to see that momentum. I want to see that just togetherness. Just, and you can hear it in the players. They complement each other so much. It ain't just about them. It ain't just about me. It's about my teammate, because he makes me better when he does this. And I love how they're talking. I love it. It's like these young boys in here excited to get out there and bust some heads. That energy, absolutely. That energy is just quite refreshing, and I feel
it's infectious. Yeah. It gives the fans, it makes the fans believe that as a team, you're actually adopting that, what Will started saying earlier, that culture of the city.
Yes.
We hyped. We know how to get hyped. We know how to come to life for something we believe in when we all come together about something.
And I think the media is in on it too. I think I already know who's Cabrion. She's she's cultural. I think she stayed here in Georgia, but she's over the marketing team. Even the marketing team is getting behind this team, and the commercials are nice. They got it where they got celebrities coming back and just hyping up the teams again. They just did like a big photo shoot or something for the little Dirty Bird Nest section, but they had the chains created on because of the fans and the swag surfing and the they're getting on board.
Chain nickname, yeah.
So we got the do-rags coming up. Speaking of, I just got I forgot to say it on the Ladybirds. My bad. Someone hit me up. It's called Do Rag Nation. They sent me a do rag before, but they reached back out to me and they want to actually be a sponsor. So
that's
I'm waiting on that package to come in. It's supposed to be like some do rags and some stuff. We'll have a discount code if you want to purchase some do rags. I'll give you all the details once the package come in. But so what I'm saying is, I do, because you remember back in that 98 year, how it was electrifying everywhere. We had high schools and schools doing, the Dirty Bird. You had buses decorated. Anywhere you went, you knew we was in the Falcons town. Nowadays, you can't walk around. You don't know who the hell play here half the time until we get into the playoffs. Or champion, when we doing all right and then everybody's on board. So I'm feeling that energy a little bit is coming back, because even the gear is changing up. They got Outcasts coming out with specialty this and You know, so it's like
And
the
that was hard
culture
too.
is
Them Outcast Falcon
man.
collabs was hard, man. That
Yes,
was hard.
yes. So it's bringing back that energy, like Michael said, and I'm here for it. So we just need to put the winning product on the field as well, so these fans can get behind it.
And I know a lot of people kind of like get on the Falcon fan base for only coming to life when they see the team winning. But when we're talking about culture, this is a city that's about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's about
Mm-hmm.
it's about the struggle to come up and having to pull up your bootstraps and do it, you know, the best way you can. And
Mm-hmm.
however way you can, however you win, you be good with how you win when you get there. See, with the team, it's been you're showing us you're showing us what you're capable of, but you're falling short a lot of the times. And
Mm-hmm.
it's and when we was 79, 79, 79,
Yeah.
79,
Mm-hmm.
they're not as a fan. The fan base isn't seeing that growth, but now we're seeing that growth.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
that makes an Atlanta fan base go like, okay, see, now we talking. See, now I like that energy, like you said, Maggie. I like that energy that we're getting now from the team. Now we getting that vibe, like, okay, now you getting some movement in the progression category, as opposed to, okay, well, what is this? Is this a question mark? That's a question mark. That's a question mark. Even though we got a lot of young talent on the team, we ain't questioning what their abilities are.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Now that it ain't a doubt in our mind that Billy Bowman gonna be able to show what he's worth, and Xavier Watson, Michael Penix, and Jalen Walker, JPJ.
Yes.
We're not questioning what their abilities are, and that's the difference from past seasons.
Oh yeah. For that draft, everybody was happy.
Mm-hmm.
When's the last time we was happy about draft picks?
It's been a
It's been a
while.
minute.
So you
No, I
talk
was just gonna
about
say, as in sports, so as in life. I mean, to
oh,
to
we
speak to
got
a character, the character of a man, the character of a player, the
big
character of anybody that I would consider a decent individual to have as part of this organization is not how many times you get knocked down, it's about how many times you can get up and adjust. This is the pinnacle of your sport. You're going to take some punches in the mouth, but it's how you can then move with that and keep moving, in my opinion. And that's something that not a lot of people give us credit for as Falcons fans. Um, to shout out the Patriots fan from earlier. We're not going to name them. We're not going to give you that joy, but they like we still have this failure on our shoulders and this sort of mentality that's created. And it's like it was a decade ago. Look around you at these guys that we've built up. Look at
Mhm.
these coaches now. You can talk about hot seat and things like that, but it's a process. So you're the team that you want to do. It's not Madden. You can't turn off the cap settings and just go do what you want. This is
And
the real NFL. So,
and
but I feel like we're finally getting there. You know
I'm
what I
gonna
mean?
say this: like good as teams aren't created overnight.
No, 100%.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to address
Facts.
the trenches. You got to fine tune your team. But a lot of times we ain't dismantling the team. You're just adding pieces,
Hmm.
getting better, paying attention that who steps up. Now like someone said earlier, we got some pretty toys to play with offensively where we're pretty stacked for a good man. And then a lot of times, like I said on the last show, even if some of these players get cut, a lot of them get get back onto the practice squad, and then they just kind of just do like a fill in when somebody go down. We got some good potentials out there that can go ahead and just roll right on with the punches. Like I've been a part of this team, I know this team. Boom, put me in there, coach. That's
Hmm.
what's going to end up happening. So good depth chart. We looking good. I'm confident, but at the same time, I'm still being optimistic about things because it's like we got to see it. It looks good on paper. Still, it all takes that coaching because that's pretty much what it came down to. The fucking coaching.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep it real.
The fucking coach.
The fucking coaching.
You got to call a damn timeout when you got two of them with 30 seconds left in the game and you're getting in field goal range. Come on, that's common damn sense, man. That's common sense.
Will, where you at? You in here, Big Will? This Big Will?
Yes, ma'am.
There you go. You on the road too?
Well, no, I'm off today. I work earlier today.
Oh, okay.
What's up with the Reaper in the house?
What's happening? What we talking about tonight?
We just kind of just randomly. Now we're talking about just the team coming together and how we feel the season gonna go for the most part. Because what we were saying that the culture, the energy is starting to come. I feel the team, the fans are behind. Like regardless of what the record was, what happened, they're out here trying to see what Mr. Pennick's gonna be doing. Right. They're excited about seeing what this defense about to do. So they putting asses in seats, but they got to keep them in there.
Right. Right now, I'm still at the wait and see point. Like I've been saying, I've been screaming. I'm just wait and see because I heard all of the good game and good talk. Then, like y'all just were talking about, the nigga didn't know how to use timeout when he needed to. So we can hear all this good talk, good game, and all that. I want you to show me out here on this field. So we got toys on both sides of the ball now. You know what I mean? So, so what you gonna do? What you gonna do with these toys?
Yeah.
And to back that up as well, I mean, for anybody who's ever played the game at any level, no one wants to be the guy who, just for instance, you are the one white or black jersey and you're running with the ball and you're surrounded by 5 opposing players and there is no one beside you. You strive to be that team that every time you have the ball in your hands, there is 3 or 4 of your team in line ready to crack somebody. You go in together, and that's one more point towards, kind of building a culture more than a team. You need these guys who have been in the trenches punching each other in the mouth all through practice, and now they're ready to go to war with each other, for each other. You know what I mean? So that's the kind of team that we've built here, and I'm down for it.
Where y'all at in the chat? It's quiet. I know it's late. There's 27 folks up here. Y'all in here. Y'all in here. I see y'all. Where you at?
I think they're just giving me enough rope to hang myself with personally. They're just like, nah, Will's ranting again. We'll just let him go.
So, Will, what you got? I know I haven't caught an episode with you on it though. How are you feeling about this team? You said you just kind of waiting and seeing.
Yeah, like I'm still, like I said, I'm still in that wait and see mode. Just show me right now. We got a lot of pieces on both sides of the ball, and the common denominator is coaching. That's what cost us last year. So is the coaching gonna upgrade this year? Is it an upgrade for coaching? That's the question I got.
I mean, I don't think we can question defense too much. It's just Raheem as a whole. Are you gonna let these coaches coach? And like you said, you call your timeouts when it needs to be. Don't be over here dapping up the opposing team when your team over here looking terrible.
But he let Jimmy Lake coach. That's what cost him. He intervened too late.
Yeah. But no, so making those game time decisions and just being taking accountability for maybe coming in and like, you know what, let me take over real quick. Let me just, this ain't going the way it needs to go.
Right.
Let's
I don't want to trigger any PTSD.
He actually made the same mistake as Dan Quinn made. He intervened way too late. So Dan Quinn did the same thing. He let it coach team. But
I don't want to trigger y'all, but look at how badly how horrific that defense looked 2 games last season.
Yes.
Specifically, the Chargers and the Broncos games, playing our corners 12 yards off of the line of scrimmage and making Drake May look like Aaron Rodgers. I was sitting there going, "What is this team?"
They gave up on
Yeah,
that man.
There was no
they
will.
definitely gave up on him. They definitely
I
did
don't
that.
think I don't think the defensive line ever bought into what Jimmy Lake was trying to implement
Mm.
on the defense,
Mhm.
and we didn't see them buy in until Raheem Morris after the bye week made adjustments to the pass rush scheme.
Mhm.
That's
But
it. Adjustments. Yeah. Even in-game adjustments. Look, if someone's burning you constantly with comebacks, short wheels, ins, quick outs, what are you going to do? You're going to bring your corners down. You're going to bring another backer into the box to blitz the quarterback, and you're going to drop your mic into coverage. Like, and that was in the second quarter. I was saying this. It's like, why are we not adjusting?
they did
And that's where we need
the
to be
in-game
ready. Where a
adjustments
team
didn't happen.
figures us out, we can adjust.
But it
You
didn't
know?
Yeah,
happen. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
the in-game adjustments didn't happen. The Washington game, we saw them come into the game with a new strategy, and it caught the Washington offense off guard. But come
Hmm.
out in the second half, you're trying to do the same thing you were doing the first half. After the first couple of drives, when you see, okay, they done figured out how to get around this, why you not
Hmm.
making an adjustment so that you can get back to getting that same pressure you were getting earlier?
Yeah.
So the in-game adjustments for Jimmy Lake, they just didn't happen like they should have,
Yeah.
and that's why he's not here. And I think
Hmm.
sometimes people don't some of the fans don't understand that when we look at, well, it's Raheem Morris, he's a defensive minded head coach. Why is Jimmy Lake being the scapegoat? Because Jimmy Lake just didn't do his job well enough.
Mm-hmm.
It may be that it may be Raheem Morris is a defensive minded head coach, but if I hire somebody to do a job, I'm
Yes,
expecting
I expect you
them
to do your job.
to
And he
do
even
the
said
job.
that. He said, I'm not the smartest man, but I'm going to bring in these folks to do their jobs.
Right.
Hmm.
And
And that's it as well. To take one more, as I say, this isn't boxing. You can't knock somebody out in the first quarter. I don't want to be a Tyson of a team. I would rather be an Ali. I would rather be a team that can eat 3 quarters of the best that you can throw at us, and then we're going to catch you. I don't want to
mhm.
try and blitz a team in the first half and then give up in the second, because I know the job's done. We've seen where that got us at the 28-3 debacle. Do not rest until the job's done. And I'm glad that we've shored up the defense, because if they can't score a point on you, a field goal will win it. You know, it's as
I'm-
simple as that. And we know we've got the offense to score points. So can you keep up with us?
I want to answer this question by 3:30. He said, "Will Zach be overwhelmed with this offense and the talent?"
Mm.
This is the thing with being overwhelmed. If you don't have a bread and butter, you will get overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter how good of a talent roster you have. If you don't have something you can go to, and you know when you go to that, even if the other team knows that you're about to go to it, if you're not confident that you can go to it and it works,
And it works.
you will
Uh-huh.
get
Mm-hmm.
overwhelmed.
Yeah.
So we still got you can be as versatile of a team as you want to be. You can have all the talent at every position that you want to have. You can have the depth. You can have the smartest coaches. But if you do not have something that you can go to, the
Mm-hmm.
Which I
tush
feel
put,
they do.
and I think they do too. And people, this is what people need to understand. Bijan Robinson and Tyler
Mm-hmm.
Algier,
Yep. Yep.
those two guys with this offensive line are your best kept secret that you have.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So injury.
If you gotta make that your bread and butter to give them the ball and let them get you a tough 3 yards on
Yep.
third down.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Third and 3, third and 4, I gotta be able to run the ball.
Go back to football 101 as well. if I run the ball, there's 3-4 yards, and I do that every single time. 4 yards times 3 is a first down every single time. But now that team's got used to you running the ball, so now they're going to start cutting down. Okay, fair enough. Now we've got MPJ who can throw a 50-yard perfect spiral. We've got Drake London down there. We've got Kyle Pitts down there. Nick Nash is 6'3". If he can make the roster, he's a big, deep body who won a triple crown the season just gone. We are versatile enough as an offense to where if we can make that our bread and butter, and we've got a solid enough backfield to get that done, we're still going to get touchdowns on the ground, don't get me wrong, but if we can make enough of these defenses bite on the run and open up and later in the game, I have no problem in kind of going ahead and saying that MPJ is going to go for 4,000 yards and 35 TDs this year, or somewhere in that neck of the woods.
Yeah,
because I think too many people are coming in here.
Red zone and not leave it up to cool, you know. At the same time, we need to be touchdown and then running that thing in.
Can we please not put it on cool foot this year, please?
Please not.
Nah, he's legs seen enough. He's legs seen enough. He's already dead.
So they ain't said nothing about him. I guess he's healing all right. You know, I guess he all right. They ain't said nothing. He's still starting, apparently.
But that's what it's about, man. It's about having a bread and butter and being able to go. Even when they load the box up with 9 defenders, you saying to yourself, you can put 9 in there. If we only got 7 blocking, I still think I got 1 or 2 guys here that can block 2 of you at the same time out your goddamn cleats. We running it anyway.
Yeah.
And the standard Falcons defense
I just want to see
4-3 flex.
I just want to see that he know how to use his talent this year.
Yeah.
He said he didn't know his personnel. I want to see, did you learn your personnel this offseason, sir?
I'm hoping. I'm really hoping he has. He's familiar with a lot of these guys. So come on.
I mean, the only reason I'm respecting it because he admitted to it. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason, but that ain't no excuse at all.
He recognized.
That's your first job when you coming in as offense coordinator. Know your personnel. As any kind of coordinator, you got to know your personnel. So the only reason I'm respecting it a little more because he admitted to it. That's about it. But I'm expecting to see big changes, dog.
I'm expecting it. We definitely expecting it. The 3 and 4 receivers are going to expose a lot of secondaries this season.
Well, 100%. You can't spell Mooney without money. I think Darnell Mooney is incredibly
Southside, I see what you said down there, motherfucker.
Maybe if it was able to Brady, maybe he would still be.
Maybe so.
I mean, y'all, come on now. Let. I know we don't talked about it, but
well, you know,
I mean, it was coming. I can say that. I wanted him to retire, but let's look at the numbers in the last year or so. You know, in comparison to what he used to be, we can get somebody that can be just about as decent. Or even better and younger and cheaper.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a romantic too, but taking the heart out of the equation, we offered Grady a restructure and he declined. If he wanted to be here, he could have been here.
To be paid. He's like, no, I need my money.
So there's that as well. If you wanted to still be a Falcon, that was your choice.
Took a pay cut. He get paid 13. He took a pay cut.
It was more because I feel there is some writings on the wall, some stuff that ain't, because you see how the Canaries are speaking on these podcasts now, Julio and all them. You know, there's conversations after I think there's some little hidden stuff in here. Sometimes these players like, nah, I'd rather not be here with the Falcons. Maybe they're not liking the direction it's going. But if he went and got a pay cut somewhere else, that speaks volumes.
I don't think the Falcons were going to offer more than what Chicago offered them. I don't think so.
Yeah, that's probably. Nah.
But let's be honest. Look at
That's
the
the
way the
thing about it.
Giants
I'm
pay
saying,
him.
that's the thing about it. They ain't even had to offer him 13. They could have gave him 12 or 11. He would have signed that.
Yeah, that was too much.
But I think they were trying to lowball. But I ain't gonna talk about it no more. It is what it is. They got rid of him.
Yeah.
But I think they trying to lowball him. Yeah, that one.
Mhm.
But
And
I
it's
want to
not
see young. Say what?
it, but you know what? It's not. See, when Al Horford won a championship with the Boston Celtics, I was I was legit happy for the dude because as a fan of basketball, as a fan of the game of basketball, not just of the Hawks, but as a basketball fan, I wanted to see him win because I saw him put that time in with my team, but he just couldn't get it. So I think that's the disconnect from the the Atlanta fan base from other fan bases
But
is we we
well,
see we see players come in with uber talent that are loyal to the team until they have to get to a point to where okay, well, but at some point they want to win some goals. At some
Yeah.
yeah, I've been making the money, but now I kind
I'm
of want
trying to
the
get that red.
accolades
I'm
and
trying
go
to get
win.
that jacket. I'm trying to get that
Yeah,
championship ring. I'm tired.
and
see, the
you
thing is,
want
why
them
they
to
can't
have
succeed
that.
in Atlanta though? Why they can't
Because
succeed in Atlanta?
Because
Because
it
of
ain't that
coaching,
they
bro. That's the
can't.
difference.
It's
Yes,
just that we haven't done it.
we haven't done it.
they can't succeed in Atlanta because of coaching.
Yeah.
Because of coaching, bro. Let's be real with it. It's because we've been having bad luck with the coaching that we get now.
Because they don't know how to use their talent.
They don't know how to use it. They don't know how to close out games. As we see with the Braves now, oh my lord. Come on, man. They don't know when to get rid of their coaches.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
You know what I'm saying? It just we terrible with coaches down here, bro.
Boy, if Snit
And
still got a job,
even when
I
everything lined up
all-star break.
correctly,
I
when
swear.
we went to the Super Bowl, everything lined up correctly. Every what couch genius and couch GM in the world knew all we had to do was run the ball a couple times, kick a field goal, we win the game.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
But for some reason, our coach didn't know that. Our coach decided to let Kyle Shanahan keep throwing the fucking ball
Yeah.
instead of just running a couple times, kick a field goal, go up by 3 scores.
Yeah.
We win the
Instead
Super
of
Bowl.
as soon as he hear that play call in his headset, he should have been running on the damn field. Timeout, goddamn it.
I'm out. Wait a
Bring
second.
your asses here, and I'm telling Kyle Shanahan, bring your ass in this huddle too, so you can hear what I'm about to say. Ain't no damn way we finna throw this damn ball after Julio made that damn catch on that sideline. Ain't no damn way you finna throw this
Yeah,
damn ball.
either run that ball, motherfucker, or give me the playbook. Your ass sit down
Hell,
for the rest of
you
the
can
Super Bowl. Shit,
quarterback
fuck you,
sneak
man.
that thing for 3 straight
And
plays.
he gave them the playbook. That what he was worried about
I'm
his job,
telling you.
his new job. That's what he was worried about. Let's
After
keep it
Julio made that catch, Maggie, we could have quarterback snuck that thing 2 or 3 times into a field goal and win that damn game.
Yes. I agree.
Why are you throwing the damn ball? See, when I seen Tevin Coleman get hurt, first thing I thought to myself was, we cannot let Devontae Freeman fuck up a Tevin Coleman play. And that's exactly what happened.
Preach, but it's Matt Ryan's fault. Come on now.
It's exactly what happened. That
Yep.
was the
Hey,
first.
hold up, but I'm gonna say that too. Matt Ryan holds some blame too. Cause if I'm hearing that as a
No, he
quarterback
does.
in my damn head, oh fuck that. Audible.
All the,
Yeah, that's
Audible.
fair.
Hey man,
yeah,
I'm
I'm
canning the hell out there.
Yeah,
Why fuck that?
hell yeah.
yep.
Yeah,
Same here.
100%. You're the lead.
Yeah, you're the leader of this offense. I don't give a fuck what that coach
Mm-hmm.
calling, but y'all gonna have to find me later or something. Cause
Mm-hmm.
fuck
Bro,
Mhm.
that.
everybody got some skin in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Everybody.
what I said when it first happened. I said, you know what I'm saying? That's
That's
That
everybody on
right
that.
tackle.
right, Jay.
Let that right tackle, something the offensive line learns how to do with the backfield and the quarterback is to make sure everybody understands blocking assignments.
Mm-hmm.
So that right tackle, when coming up to that line, he should have been looking at Devontae, noticing, oh, you ain't Tevin. Hey, you gotta make sure you pick up that outside, pick up that edge.
But
Yeah.
we can't even say that though, Blackberry. Because your boy Devontae Freeman been pass blocking good all that year.
Yeah,
He
but
was doing good at
that
pass
one
block.
play no, Tevin Coleman was usually in there for pass
No,
blocking
your
that
boy,
season.
your starting running back was Devontae Freeman. He was doing
No, but
excellent at pass
that
block.
was a Tevin Coleman play. You gotta go back and watch that season over. That was a Tevin Coleman play. So I ain't giving Devontae I ain't giving him no damn excuse. I'm just saying that when we used to practicing something with a certain personnel, everybody in that personnel group is accountable for one another. So if I know I ain't seen you out here for this play before. I ain't seen you out here for this formation before. Let me make sure you know what the fuck you doing. That's what
But
I mean. That's
that's
what
the
I'm saying.
thing. The play didn't change with Kyle Shanahan with them play. He was alternating them back. He was good at alternating the backside of them. The play didn't really change. You didn't have to really change it because they wasn't too different of a back. They wasn't too different of a back. But the thing was, you should have just ran the ball. Fuck it. You should have
That's
just ran the fucking ball.
what it
Fuck
comes
all
down
the beat
to.
around the bush. Just run the fucking ball, bro.
Yeah.
Just run it,
I
man.
don't know why so
Yeah.
many people, so many coaches. It's not even just us. It's look at the year Seattle blew the ball against New England. Why did you have beast mode, Marshawn, fucking Lynch?
If you're
Why
not
don't
gonna
you
use
you are 2 year at what, a yard and a half to go and you throw a quick slant? What?
Yeah.
It's just like I don't know why they think a passing touchdown is so much more. Get the ball over the line. I don't care how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I keep hearing people saying, "Well, that's they doing stuff like that. What got them there?" Same thing they said with the Falcons. Well, if
So
Trey Young shoots a half court three and makes it, we still gonna say it's not a good shot.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
It's
it's the
still not a
coaches.
good shot to take.
It's scary and coaches. I bench Trey Young and throwing up them trays. Ain't nobody up on the bench. Get your ass on the bench, man. Ain't nobody up on the goddamn block. You throwing up goddamn trays like that.
It's
That's the
still
thing.
not a good shot.
These coaches scared to do their job now, and I blame the owners for that shit too.
Mm.
Y'all gotta let these coaches coach, bro. Fuck how much you paying that motherfucker. I seen Michael Jordan get benched before. Fuck that. You can get benched. I seen Phil Jackson bench Michael Jordan before. Fuck that.
Hmm. And this was a point I made about Julio as well, just to kind of tie it all together. You have your job. You're not an owner. You're not a GM, and you're not a backroom member. You are a wide receiver. You are paid to catch the ball. Like you're a great wide receiver, so we'll take your opinion into account. But do your job and let us do ours. That's all it kind of boils down to at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I know. Yeah, he was. They should have called me and put me in that meeting and all that kind of stuff. I get it, but you still got a job.
Mm.
Still got a job to do.
You got a job to do, man. It's simple as that.
Yeah.
You got a job to do. Do the job good.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't do the job good enough, you're not gonna have a job.
Yeah. I mean, you get everything you ask for, so it ain't been none of that.
Yeah,
You get
like it,
everything you ask for. You've been treated good, Julio.
Hmm.
yeah,
You even wanted
no,
your own heir apparent. You kind of had a strong opinion in the fact that we brought in Calvin Ridley, your boy. We did. What happened? You created a culture to where you stopped you stopped caring, you stopped showing up for us, and he felt very much the same way. You noticed that when the Julio drama started, you could already tell in your bones that Ridley's days were numbered, and he's going to say that he done everything he could for this franchise. Somebody's lying.
it's kind of, man. It's so ironic for the Falcons that you've had some of the best talent, Julio Jones,
Mm-hmm.
uh, Michael Turner Ward done, Michael
Mhm.
Vick, Matt
Mhm.
Ryan, guys I'm not gonna front y'all. If I really think if they didn't have that black cat running around them in Atlanta and they started somewhere else, they would have been champions.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so Atlanta to have one of the best wide receivers to play the game, but he also was not quite as good as the best, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't get the touchdowns that the best got. The best got touchdowns at will.
You know why
Even
he didn't
in
get the touchdown, Black Bear?
oh, wait a
He
minute,
took him.
but
Oh,
but
okay. Go ahead.
even while he's playing, even in his prime, you had AB getting more touchdowns. You had your boy that was in Houston getting more touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
You had you had Kyle what's his name the guy from the Chargers. He ain't with the Chargers no more. I can't get nobody's name out. Getting more touchdowns. It's just like Atlanta. It's just like Atlanta that had that going on. Matt Ryan has a MVP season followed up with an equally, maybe even better season, and you still questioning whether or not he gonna be a Hall of Fame.
Mm.
For me,
It's
we've had future
so
Hall of
Atlanta.
Famers there and great sustained players. For me, it is criminal. People shout about Julio Jones, and even nowadays, we're shouting about Kyle Pitts and Drake London, and it's all well and good, pretty players. But what I'm saying is, I feel that it's almost criminal that we had Julio in his prime, Matt Ryan's prime run. We caught an absolute diamond in Tony Gonzalez, who, despite being 33 years old when he came to Atlanta, gave us 5 solid years. We had Roddy White, who was always a fantastic number one, number two receiver. How, as you say, Michael Turner, on the defensive side, guys like Dwight Freeney, John Abraham, uh, how are we not getting a ring for these guys? Keith Brooken, we have had some insane talent,
Mhm.
but you notice that the trend is the
So
coaching has always been inconsistent.
that's
This
what
might
Marty.
be the
That's what
one
Let's
year we
just
can
be
put it all
real.
together.
Coach Will was gonna go. Big Will, you probably go in and say that.
Let's just be real. Just say what y'all need to say where everybody's scared to say. We cursed in this motherfucker. Come on now. Ain't no other way to explain this shit. We ain't had talent. We ain't had all this, but we can't get coaching right. We just cursed in this motherfucker, bro. Just be serious with this shit.
No, let's keep it 100. I'm with you.
I mean, it's years and years and years and years and years and years of having. We had good defense. We've had a solid team.
Yes.
So it's starting to feel like they're gearing towards at least having a complete team on both sides of the ball. We just got to see, how it comes together. But I want to get into Three Dirty's question right here about the preseason. Should Raheem change how he evaluate this preseason and play the starters? Eh,
I believe all coaches should play they started in preseason.
the
I don't
Steelers
believe in that guy that when you try to prevent injuries, that's when injuries happen. All the time. It can be the first, like, say for instance, we can keep the Michael Penix from playing all the preseason games. In the first quarter against Tampa Bay, he goddamn tears Achilles. What good did we do?
Hmm.
because I
I,
think the Steelers do it. I know they starters.
back in the day, we played. You played.
Mhm.
Starters played back in the day. It didn't matter. All this scared. I'm gonna save him. I'm gonna save him for this and save you. Actually hurting them, bro. Andy Reid's playing starter.
Hmm.
Come on, man.
And there's a reason why. I mean, that is one thing that, to its credit, you'll see the video gaming industry, you'll see Madden do well.
Mhm.
You have 3 weeks of preseason for a reason. These boys need the rep to get in shape, to start feeling those jabs again.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
why in
they
week one
tune
of
up game.
preseason, you'll play
Yeah.
quarter one. Second week,
one
you'd maybe have
quarter.
them in for the
Get
first
in and
half,
get
and so on. You know, get them those reps, but don't run them into the ground before the games start to count. That's all I'm saying.
That's it right there. It's a such thing as football conditioning. You ain't got to put them in harm's way to get them juices flowing, bro. You can throw a little route, tell them to get down quickly, or don't take unnecessary hits. Bro, there's ways you can protect them without trying to
Mhm.
just not letting them play. It's only one way to get in condition, and that's to play. Point blank. Period. They gotta play, bro.
100%.
Well, we know a lot of it got to do with money. A lot of these owners looking at how much they paying paying these players, and if they getting hurt in the first couple weeks of the damn season, and they sitting and just collecting millions of dollars at the house, a lot of these owners trying to prevent that from happening.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a few things need to change in today's league. One, the dieting. Just because the rest of the world done went vegan, don't mean no damn football player need to be calling himself a damn vegan. You are literally putting your body in a car wreck for a profession. You're going out there and putting your body in the equivalent of a car wreck. You can't be eating no plant-based damn meals, thinking that your bones and joints and muscles gonna have good sustainable quality to them. That's idiotic. We
We
and
ain't
none of
made.
none of us learned in school that eating plant-based products is gonna make our joints and ligaments strong. Ain't nobody taught us that
You
shit.
know why? Because we ain't made to be no damn vegans, Blackberry. Despite what everybody fucking trying to tell you, even in the Bible, it tell you we got to eat some damn meat. In Leviticus, Leviticus? I think that's the goddamn. It tell you what type of meats to eat. You're made to eat meat, bro. It's a reason why we're the last at the food chain. We at the top of the food chain because we're smart. We're not made to eat raw meat. We're not supposed to do that. We don't have the acid to break down stuff like that before it
Mm-hmm.
turn. You know what I'm saying? But we're smart enough with our brains to know, hey, this food got to be cooked
Mhm.
before we eat it. Come
And I'm
on, bro. Y'all stop trying to reinvent the wheel. We're not
That's
yeah,
it.
made. You
That's
know what I'm
it.
saying? We're not made to be no fucking vegans, bro.
no,
Whoever
100%.
whoever choose to be vegan, okay, that's y'all. But I'm not being no vegan because
Look,
when
I'm there with you. I'm a huge etymology and paleo guy. Look at the fossil record. Look at your teeth. Do we have the teeth of a herbivore? No.
if you ever if you ever seen someone who try to be vegan, watch how their body break down. Watch
Mm-hmm.
how their muscles deteriorate. Just pay attention, bro, because you need meat in your diet.
Mm-hmm.
Collagen is an
I'm telling
animal
you, bro. You
protein,
got
and that
y'all got
stuff is
to.
important.
But you're right though that football players definitely you gotta shoot beef
Yeah,
it up.
you're burning a lot of energy, especially
Mhm.
sport. Anybody who play sports, you gotta have meat in your diet. You're
Mhm.
burning too much energy. And where your body
The
go to
second
burn
thing need to
energy?
change.
What's the first thing it go to? It go to fat. Fat to
It go
burn
to
energy.
fat, and you
Mhm.
If you
need
ain't got
fat
no fat,
in
you
the
ain't got no
body.
fat. Guess what it start doing? It start to eat the muscle. So
Mhm.
come on, bro. You got
Yeah, I want you to think about when the sick. If you know somebody that eat that way, if you know somebody that keep track of their body fat percentage, and they always talk shit, I got 3% body fat. Watch when the season change how sick they get.
Mhm.
It messes with your respiratory. It messes with your digestive. It When you don't have fat in the body does not respond well because
Yeah,
it needs the fat.
3% body fat. I think I'm 3% just pizza alone. To be fair.
But that the second thing that need to change in the league, Maggie,
Mhm.
is the idea that if it's not if it's not a quarterback, then it's nothing.
Mm.
That's something else that got to change in the league. There's been examples of teams with quarterbacks that's not superstars,
Yeah.
that's not getting superstar money,
Mm-hmm.
and they can make a team be a legitimate contending football team, as long as the other components are also playing at that level of championship contending level. The Trent
100%.
Dilfer was not a superstar.
No. Look across the way in Tampa Bay. Baker Mayfield is not a world beater by any standards, but they won the South last year.
For the past
So there's something to it.
handful of years. Mm-hmm.
Something for it.
I don't think Jalen Hurts is a superstar. I think Jalen Hurts is just somebody that done got used to knowing how to win.
I think he's above average, but he's in a system where he doesn't have to be any more talented than that, because he's got freakishly talented players all around him on offense and defense. I feel. But he's not
Jalen
special.
know his role. That's the problem. That's the point. He know his role. He's a point guard. He don't have to be the best player on the field. Just get it to your best players on the field. You're the point guard. Just get the ball to your playmakers. Let them cook. And he learned that last year, and they got a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Let your players cook.
Yeah.
And the last thing to speak on that doggone vegan shit, think about it. Y'all seen these survival things and all that stuff. What happened when they just eat leaves and berries? What they started to do?
Lose body weight.
They body start deteriorating. Your body telling you itself you need meat. I'm just saying. When the fats are there, what that mean, boss lady? When the fats there, that mean what?
It's truth. It's truth. But you're right, because I used to watch that Naked and Afraid, and I'm weird. I watch stuff like that.
Yeah, I watch kind of like the Nature Channel and all that. I be watching bull crap like that.
And they do, because like they'll do the body mass. Okay. All right. I'm seeing this message late, but yeah, like they lose a lot of weight. They lose a lot of weight out there surviving, because they can't catch the fish. They can't catch nothing to eat.
Right, right.
And if you watch MMA as well, any fighter will talk about cutting weight. They're not talking about cutting fat. They're talking about dehydrating themselves. Before you lose fat, you lose water. And more importantly than food, you need water to survive. So the first thing you're going to lose is the most important thing to you, and it's going to go from there. You're going to run out of water, then you're going to run out of fat, and now your muscles are going to deteriorate. So I feel like, yeah, that'll speak for itself. You know what I mean?
The edge that I know in boxing, the edge that the Gypsy King, what's his name?
Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury. He said to get himself the edge, he knew he was already a big guy naturally. So when he would cut weight, and after the weigh-in, soon as after the weigh-in is done, he hogging out. And by the time the fight started, he done packed on an additional 6, 7, 8, 9 pounds to give himself that edge, to put that weight on his opponent. And because it's like Will said, it's not about the fat, it's about the water weight. And the water weight in addition to the fat. Even though muscle weighs more than fat.
Exactly.
You gotta be careful with the balance of the three. And in football, when there's too much water, not enough fat.
100%. Look at Conor McGregor fighting at 145 pounds, and look at him fighting at 155. Now, Conor's what some people would call, to the negative, a weight bully. He's 5'9", so he's very, very long, very rangy for a featherweight, for a lightweight. But at 155, he looks more suited. At 145, he looks drained. He looks gaunt. He looks ill. Why? Because that extra 10 pounds that he's cut is all water. It's important, like crazy.
The fat has to be there along with that muscle to keep those joints and those ligaments strong. It has to be there. A lot of what's going on in the NFL right now, we're paying too. I think these teams are getting too invested in the diets of socialism, just
Mm.
because socially it's a trend to eat vegan. Just because that's a trend socially, don't mean that's what's best for a professional athlete that's literally going out there and putting their bodies in the equivalent of a car accident.
100%.
You got to have strong joints and ligaments to play
Hmm.
football. You
Mm.
have
And I
to.
mean, and these guys have dietitians. So forgive my naivety, but shouldn't these guys be saying, "Look, you shouldn't be eating what a normal, I don't know, influencer eats, given that you are a 6'4", 250 pound
Hmm.
professional
But
linebacker."
you
But
got to
that's the
Mudline,
think.
thing, though.
case
You
by
got to
case,
think
people.
about it. These players getting this good money over here, so it's like you gonna. I don't care what you got to say. This what my diet's gonna be, and I'm
Yeah,
paying you to do that.
Mhm.
yeah. They not listening to the team doctor. They getting their own private, got
Yeah.
those folks and all that, and they doing all this.
Hmm.
No, man, you can't do the same workout regimen as a normal person. You're an athlete. Yours got to be different, bro. Throughout a football game, they burn so many calories. We used to have like little snacks on the sidelines, so you know what I'm saying. So
Hmm.
you don't fall out there,
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
we're
don't
getting
make
in real
sense
deep
for a
tonight.
football player to have the same diet as a figure skater.
right?
100%.
It
That
don't make
that's the thing. You'll find no MDs in this chat. You'll find a few MADs, but
sense.
now we ready for the real talk.
Now we had a question right here from JPM. He said, "What do y'all think about off the blank stepping down and turn it over to his son? Could the old man be too old now?" I think he doesn't want to step down until we get a championship. That's how I feel. I think
Mhm.
he's grooming his son to take over. I think he's starting to get a little bit more involved in the process. But off the blank want to ring before he sit down. That's how I feel. Until he
Yeah,
too
before he turn it over to his son, I think he want that ring, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
That's what I'm saying.
100%.
That ring first. Like I'm gonna sit down when I get this ring. Then, son, you can take it from here.
Yeah,
Now,
I
as long
feel
as
if
he got a sound mind and he might have his son helping him with stuff. Like his memory can't be as keen as it used to be. So I feel like son is probably in there, making some feedback with him and helping him. But I don't think
mhm.
he's ready to hang it up yet.
Yeah, as you say, Maggie, I feel like he can roll back his day-to-day duties. He can pass some of those over to his son, so at the same time, his son, for when he takes over the reins, understands his job.
Yeah.
But I feel like when we take that ring, I think Arthur definitely wants to be still the figurehead of it all, if it makes sense. Still the man on show, as it were. I think you're 100% right there. I feel like he's got the son learning, and his son seems like a good kid to his credit. He seems to be picking it up really, really well. So I feel like the transition is going to be a natural one. And maybe really knows that he's maybe his time's limited, but
And I hear
um,
he's a
I
little
feel
bit more cutthroat. I hear that he's a little bit he ain't as nice as off the blank.
hmm.
Off
In
the
that
blank
case, you
love
love to hear it.
everybody. That's what I've been hearing. But of
Yeah.
course, that's just people talking. So
Yeah. Well, that's what I try to make some of the guys understand as well. Is the NFL is a cutthroat business. I mean, take the Julio situation and all that drama into account. The NFL is a cut or Grady Jarrett. Cut it any way you will. It's we grow to love these players and we grow to get invested in these guys, and you forget that it's a business first and foremost. If you're not making that team either richer or more relevant, you are essentially surplus to requirement as far as a business and media standpoint is concerned.
said Derek Henry said he spends 1 point.
A quarter mil.
That is insane.
Uh,
But then you
It's
can see the results. That dude is an
yeah.
absolute monster.
He hasn't lost the body mass that he came into the league with,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's something you got to take note of. He hasn't lost that body mass, but he
Yeah,
also hasn't lost the durability either.
he got fat on him. He got some fat on him.
He's maybe lost a step speed wise, but who I would like to say, I mean, I know he wasn't quite as durable as Henry was. It kind of got a little bit broken down. But you all remember Steven Jackson for the Rams, and then he came to Atlanta.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah,
Into
a
the
big old
end,
boy
yeah.
too.
The end, them
He was a
knees
big
gave
old
out.
boy.
Yeah, them knees gave out the.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
He got too big. Them knees gave out.
Yeah.
But to go back to the question about Arthur Blank stepping down
Mm-hmm.
and giving his son a range, if from a fan aspect, you think to yourself, oh yeah, he getting to that age where we gonna need him to step down. He getting to that age. We gonna need somebody with some youth that can have be a little bit more involved in the day to day of this team. But
Mm.
if I'm thinking about it if I put myself in Arthur Blank shoes, I'm thinking, shit, I ain't gonna retire till I'm dead. When I'm dead, I'll be
Yeah.
retired.
Until I can't see or think for myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
I'm
not
still do this thing.
yeah, I'm not grooming my boy to give him the reins, and I'm still able bodied.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
As
If
Ozzy
he's
I'm,
still gonna
Osbourne
be
used
getting.
to
you
say.
see what I'm saying?
He's still
It's
gonna have a
no.
good portion
Sorry,
of
sorry.
that team. He's
Yeah.
just gonna. He's just gonna step back the face to face. His son gonna have that when he
Him
ready to
some,
turn over.
hey, you take over this and you do this, and I'm still gonna be here.
Yeah,
I
the
just
check,
don't
this
want
check
him to
still
make
gonna
the
hit that
mistake.
pocket.
I just don't want him to make the mistake Tony Wrestler made, giving his punk ass son too much damn control behind the scenes. Because because we found out that he had some pull. They didn't want nobody to know, but we found out because how you expect to keep it a secret and you got the team superstar riding on the private jet, everybody else on the team plane.
Mm.
See, we can't rush off the blank on stepping down because a lot of times when they put the children in charge, the children fuck shit up. And I know he might look like he got some wherewithal by himself, but look at Jenny Buss over there in LA. Y'all really gonna take that damn championship seriously? You gonna take that seriously? Outside of that bubble championship, the rest of the damn time with LeBron has been a shit show.
And I want to
Jenny,
get into JP when you done about what he was saying. I wanted to answer that.
no, you can go
Yeah,
ahead.
me too. But I'll let you go first, Maggie.
Cause I started talking about Jenny Buss, I go on forever. Go ahead.
I want to address it. We can get back to that. That he was saying that they handed him the new, yeah, he was a part of. He's starting to kind of get in the scenes of the day to day. He is.
Mhm.
So with the draft, yes, he is grooming his son, but I don't think he's like, you know what, I'll be retired in 2026. I don't think he's at that point, but he's like, look, while I'm here, while I'm able minded, it can guide you and teach you all of this because pretty much I feel like Arthur Blank, of course, he won his championship, but
Mhm.
he wanted to get it to the point where it's like, you know what, operations will not take a dip in anything. If I decide I wanted to be to the point where I can sit my ass down and enjoy it because I knew I groomed my son to be where it needs to be, where it's not a change in anything. It's like, oh, he's been here, y'all know him, ain't nothing changed about
Mhm.
anything. So, but I got my championship now. Now I can retire. I'm happy with this. I can hand this over to him, and because he's a businessman, y'all. Let's think about that. He ain't finna put nobody in there that's inexperienced and bring all that down. He don't did too much for the city of Atlanta when it comes to everything that he's done for like the hospitals, the community, everything that he's done as far as this is more than just a sports thing for Off the Blank. He's a businessman. This man got so many development projects here and there. And if y'all really do the math of what this man has done, he ain't finna just give it to somebody that don't know what the hell they doing.
Yeah. And just in addition to that, it's not like, just to back up a little bit of what you were saying, when we took Xavier Watts, it's not like he was a first round pick. So it was still a high profile pick without the pressure of being a first round. So you can completely see the motivation there. And when they say young new owner, don't read too much between the lines. I feel like that's more a case of just putting him over. We know he's the heir apparent. I don't think anyone's trying to paint any other sort of picture here. But don't read too much into it. I don't think it's going to happen in the next season or two. I think we're definitely shooting for that ring first before
if they win this season, bro, he'll hand it right on over to him.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We trying to win now. And that's why I believe we are. We're still trying to win now, because if we really wasn't trying to win now, we would have dismantled this team and this so-called retooling, rebuild, or whatever. You would have seen real evidence of that. I don't feel we really been doing that. That's just my opinion.
No, I'm with you.
So I feel that they really are pushing towards, because they was a lot more aggressive in this draft. A lot more aggressive. When we did that trade up or what have you, we got like, wait a minute, what are y'all doing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Y'all ain't scared this year.
Yeah, but it wasn't putting all your eggs in one basket. It wasn't giving up all your picks to move up and take Julio. So I liked that it gave it had that little bit of clickbait, if you want to call it that. But at the same time, it had a little bit more logic to it, and it was a bit more balanced to boot. So yeah, I'm excited for this season. I really am.
Y'all still on here? Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Now the people start to realize.
They just love AFP and boss lady. That's what it is.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see, but it's those Cali and all them. That's it's still it's a lot of people that come in, because we used to have what is his name? I can't think of his name now. Noel.
Yeah.
Yeah, where he at?
He just life, and he ain't been able to do this after a while. He came during the draft.
Yeah.
But he can't commit too much, so I get it. But we used to have a show like this late when he used to do it. But and then of course you got the international people. Like, it's what, 5 your time now, Will?
20 to 6, yeah.
What, to 6?
Yep.
So they just getting up having their crumpets and
yeah. I'm starting to feel a little disturbed. I can see the sun coming up, and I'm still. But nah, your boy's still rolling. As I said, that's why we need all the support we can get, all the love we can get in the chat. This is a network. What we do is out of love for the sport and out of love for one another and out of love for y'all. So smash that like button.
24/7 sports.
Hell yeah.
AFN, like, y'all get your little international crew in here. I'm in the bed looking at y'all in the morning while I'm having my coffee.
Yeah. That's what we're aiming for. 100%. And on that note, just a shout out to Aidan Lynch, our new creator based down in England. He's going to be over in Germany for the game. So as I say, we're going to try to get a few of the AFN guys to link up, just make it kind of.
And we so good to try to meet up with them. That'd be cool.
Hell yeah,
definitely do. But on that note, we've been on here an hour and 30. I don't know how long. I ain't going to stay on here this long. But if y'all want to hang it up, if y'all want to keep going, I'm going to let y'all do that. Maggie got to get up in the morning and go to work.
We with you, man. We
100%.
talking about the same stuff.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we can prolong this but
Well, listen, thank you for sticking on with us, Maggie. We appreciate it.
no, this is. I mean, the funny thing is, I'm not even really that tired, so I was able to do it. I normally have a lot of energy after my show, so because I prepare myself, so it was
It's
cool.
up to
Yeah,
the fellas. Y'all know how it is. Me, I'm out here on the block. I ain't talk
yeah.
all doggone night.
I was
Y'all know
saying,
how
like,
it is.
if you look, it's up to like I'm jumping off, but y'all, whoever want to stay on and keep it going. Now, Mr. Will Water, you take your butt to bed.
Yeah, I probably
Yeah,
will
it's
soon, to be
about to be
fair.
6 o'clock in the morning over there with that man. He need to go to bed.
Go to bed. Good night.
Man.
Now, the other
Well,
two want
thank
to
y'all
do
boys
this.
for having me.
And then, of
Nah,
course, if anybody on here, like, yeah, look, you handle it. You know how to do this. I'm going to bed though. That's what
we
I'm going.
go ahead and close it down, boss lady.
Well, Blackberry talking about he want to keep going.
That Blackberry gonna be on here by itself. Gonna do
Yeah, but there's loyalty in this family. Not that much loyalty. We,
Now,
we cut off at 6.
look, now, if y'all want to follow him on his channel, if he decide to stay up, y'all just look out. I don't know if you're gonna do that, but yeah.
I will be on. I will be on in the morning,
Okay.
but between 8 and 10, y'all. So go if you haven't already.
Blackberry trying to kill time. That's what he trying to do.
Hey, if you ain't already subscribed to the home team with Blackberry, that's Blackberry no C, just in case. If you haven't already subscribed to the home team with Blackberry on YouTube, go do it right now.
Yep.
Because we're
Hell
going to
yeah.
be back at it early in the morning. And guess what it is? It's Fan Speak. So you know what we do on Fan Speak. We drops the link.
Yay. All right, then. I might tune in because a job be getting on my nerves sometimes. It do, man. It just be.
Well, just while you have a few minutes while you're shutting things down as well, the new independent, well, I say independent, semi-independent grind for the things that aren't AFN related and the things that are, you're going to find it all as you see my new logo there, Waddle, Music, Sports and Media. So you'll get me all on Will the Thrill Waddle, that's WAD-L on YouTube, or just Will Waddle on X. For the ones that are in the inner circle, you can get me on Facebook as well. So get at me if you want me to keep going on the shows. Drop it in the chat. I'm happy to be here as much as possible, as late as possible, as you've seen. So yeah, just thank you all for having me once again.
You are a trooper. No problem with y'all. Go ahead and follow him.
Yeah, he a trooper, man.
Let me take this thing off so y'all can kind of see everybody's name here. There you go. So follow him all on social media. He got a YouTube channel now. Like I said, Blackberry Larry and Big Will. Let them know where they can find you.
Hey man, y'all already know y'all can find me at Will the Georgia Reap on everything, man. Catch me on Wednesday night on everything Atlanta Sport. I doubt I do something tomorrow. Well, today, because I ain't that popping. But
yeah, like I said, it's just kind of we're repeating ourselves basically.
But yeah, y'all know if y'all ain't like, subscribe to my channel, make sure y'all go and do that. Go watch some of the old content I got up there so y'all can know what we coming with. Whatever AFN got going on, if I got time, I'm there. You already know.
Now I'm gonna say this, y'all. Because we got about 3 weeks of this of pretty much nothing. Drop some comments, questions. Hit up these boys and like, hey, I want to hear y'all talk about this player or whatever. Just give them something to talk about.
Right.
So we are recycling the same stuff over and over, So, if you got anything interested in, shoot, we can go back in history. Hey, let's talk about the best wide receivers of the, whatever y'all can come up with. Just give us something to talk about. That way we can keep this thing going. Don't be afraid. Y'all can ask questions. Leave it on the feedback on these channels. Don't go on the Blackberry's channel. Go on the Will's channel. Y'all leave some feedback and comments and questions so we can go back because we read them. We can see them. So just do that. I see some of y'all
Mhm.
comments and stuff like that. So go ahead and throw in y'all questions so we can answer them on these shows. Okay. But
And
on
I'll
that
say one last.
note,
I'll
go
say
ahead.
this one last thing before we go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm I do a show called Let's Be Clear on Fridays, Friday mornings, between 8 and 10 in the morning, Eastern time. This week's Let's Be Clear, I'm going to be inspired by a quote from Vince Lombardi.
Mm.
He said, perfection is not attainable, but if we strive, I can't get it verbatim, but he said, perfection is not attainable, but if you work for it, you'll catch excellence.
Mm.
So I think when we hear about free agents or teams ready to part ways with big names, and we hear about these trade rumors, I think the Falcon fan base, we want perfection. We
Mm-hmm.
don't have to be perfect. We just got to catch excellence. That's what we're gonna be talking
Yeah.
about on Let's Be Clear Friday morning.
Okay.
Shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you still land among the stars.
Mm-hmm. I love it. All right,
What
yeah.
time you going on in the morning, Black Bear?
It'll be between 8 and 10, and we dropping the link. It's fan speak, baby.
Woo-hoo-wee.
All right, all right. Well, go to get it some sleep, Will the Waldale.
Uh,
Go to sleep.
Yeah,
Go
thank
to
you all for having me. Your boy out.
Go to bed.
Sleepy times.
Oh.
Good night, y'all.
All right, y'all.
All right, y'all.
all right.
Appreciate
Peace.
y'all. Subscribe to everybody. Share this out. Go on back to Blackberry and watch his Thursday night show while y'all waiting. If y'all still up, because he broke down
A
players.
real fun Billy Bowman breakdown in the rookie class.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, real fun breakdown, man. Y'all go check that out from last Thursday. It's probably like the second to last show I did. So y'all go check it out on the home team with Blackberry. That Blackberry, no C,
Just
just a K.
okay. All right, y'all. Then I'm Maggie T Productions. We gonna see y'all next week. Other than that, I think we're good. We'll see y'all Friday if anything. Oh, well, this morning. So good
This
night.
morning.
Throw y'all cash apps, that $ Atlanta Falcons Nation.
I gotta set my alarm clock so I can try to get on that.
Yay. Set your alarm clock. Everybody, alert bell. Go ahead. You don't want to miss it. Good night. Well, good morning.
All that.
All
Peace.
that. Deuces. Deuces.